Yeah, if I'm feeling too overwhelmed with music, I go and play golf. That's like my favorite thing in the world. It's something I grew up with. And I mean, it sounds pretty funny that I play golf, but to me, it's just the most polar opposite possible thing from music. Like, you can't think about any work. You can't think about anything when you're on a golf course. What's going on? This is Caleb from BEARTOOTH. Got some questions from people to answer. So here we go. What music are we listening to? We're listening to a lot of the band Camino. They're sick. A lot of White Reaper. Huge fan. The Dirty Nil. AC/DC. That's probably my heaviest rotation right now. We don't really fight too often as a band, honestly. I mean, we just kind of, I don't know, we all just get along, I guess. It's pretty smooth on the road, yeah. We all just kind of hang out and everyone does their thing, and yeah, pretty simple. Oh my goodness. That is a wild question. I honestly don't know. I mean, for me, I just try and write songs about whatever I'm feeling at the moment. And yeah, I wish I could answer that question better, but I guess I just try my best. That's about it. I mean, there's definitely a few. Silverstein are like some of our best friends ever. Love touring with them. They're great. I'm trying to think of some other good, like, really tight bands we've toured with. I mean, there's just so many. I mean, Amity's on this tour. They're great. Higher Power's on this tour as well. They're killer. Yeah, I feel like we get pretty lucky with the people we tour with. It's usually, like, really mellow. Everybody's really nice. But a band I would love to tour with, I'd love to tour with Avenged Sevenfold because they're sick. I've loved them since I was a kid. Big inspiration for me. We already toured with Slipknot, which was like kind of a bucket list thing, so that was pretty cool. But I guess if AC/DC ever does another run, we probably won't be on it. But if we were, that would be sick.
You always get along with other bands?
I mean, pretty much. I don't know. We don't really... I feel like it's pretty simple most of the time, you know what I mean? We all just kind of come in and we all try and take care of each other and make sure everybody has room on stage and everybody has all the stuff they need to put on their show. And yeah, it's pretty simple. But yeah, Motionless in White, another band. Some of our best friends in the world. Best people. My favorite pizza topping? Oh my goodness. I mean, if it was, I do like pineapple. That's not my favorite, but I like pineapple. Honestly, if it was like last pizza, it'd probably be sausage pizza. I don't know. I just loved sausage pizza when I was a kid, and that's like always been a staple. I don't really eat it very often, but occasionally, yeah. Nice slice of sausage pizza just does it right. With pickles on it? Sausage and pickles? That's wild. I would try that. A hot dog pizza. Oh my God, we tried to make a hot dog pizza once as a joke. Our friend Chase eats a very basic diet, so we tried to make the Chase pizza, which was bar-S hot dogs, American cheese, and ketchup, and it was the grossest thing in the world, and no one should ever do that, ever. Would highly recommend not doing that. Did I burn my hand? I don't think so. No, I'm good. Still here. Still chilling. Yeah, I mean, maybe I was really close to some flames or something. I don't know, but I still have yet to be burned, which is good. I've been close, but no burns yet. I mean, Disease is the title track is probably my favorite song off that album. That was like the first song I wrote, and super important song to me. So yeah, title track. I mean, technically sometimes I'll mix for other people. I used to have more time to make records, and I was actually producing albums for other bands. They would come in and record with me, and I would mix it and whatnot. But as of the last 5-6 years, it's just been BEARTOOTH 100%, and that's pretty much all I really have time for these days. I do write on tour. I started writing on tour over the last 3 tours, and I love doing that. It's super cool. And I got a lot of work done out here, so hopefully I have some more time at home to just kind of relax and finish the album at a nice slow pace instead of having to rush it at the end. So yeah. Best thing about being on tour, I mean, it sounds really corny, but pretty obvious, but just getting to be in different cities every day and see what that city has to offer. I mean, unfortunately, most of the time we show up in the morning, we load in, and we don't really have much time to explore. But the occasional, day off, or if we have an early sound check and a late show, we can get to go around and explore. And I just love doing that. Eating the local food, trying the local drinks, just seeing the local spots. It's always been something that keeps tour fresh. And then being able to play to a completely different crowd for a completely different city every night, and see kind of what the vibe is of each city, and if there's different ways people are moshing and jumping and singing, you know what I mean? It's just a different thing every night. It depends on the area, but there are for sure certain cities that we go to knowing okay, this is going to be a great show. Or okay, this show is probably going to be more people just drinking beers and having a good time. This show is going to be more people jumping up and down. This show, last time we played, there were people stage diving and moshing. You know what I mean? It's just little differences kind of each time. But, and it definitely with different countries as well. Out here when we play in Germany, it's usually, I mean, this is our favorite place to play. So it's everybody's just singing the whole time, crazy mosh pits, everybody's jumping, and it's pretty rowdy even between songs. People are yelling and people are all pumped. But then say a place like Japan, which we've gone to play, it's a wild experience. It's if you tell people to jump, literally every single person in that venue, top, bottom, whatever, is jumping. People are going nuts, they're singing the songs. And then the moment the song's over, it's just dead silence. They just want to hear what you have to say, which is really, really interesting. And that was one of my favorite things about touring in Japan. But it's very different, it was something we weren't used to. So I think that's just, everywhere has their little differences that make it unique and make it really cool. Favorite, I mean, to tour, I mean, to play, I mean, just anywhere in Germany is always incredible. But I mean, Japan for me personally is one of my favorite places in the world, just because I've spent a good bit of time there. I wrote some of the songs on Disease in Tokyo. There's a studio there that I worked out of, and there's just amazing people, amazing country, amazing food. It's just a really, really good vibe, and it's very kind and it's very respectful, and so that really resonated with me. But when it comes to shows, I mean, Germany is just where it's at. At least for us, I feel our German fans have really grown with us and kind of stuck with us for the long haul. And every time we come here, it's just bigger and crazier, and we absolutely love it. And we just try and give them the best show we can possibly give every time we come. And yeah, it keeps us coming back. How did I get into making music? I mean, I've always been playing music. Even when I was a kid, I took piano lessons from when I was extremely young. I come from a really musical family, so there's always music around in the house, people playing instruments. And it was just something I kind of grew up with, and I've always been playing. And then I started writing songs. I mean, actually writing songs probably when I was like 14 or 15. And yeah, then that's just kind of led into Beartooth. Yeah. It depends on the day. Sometimes if my voice isn't feeling great, I'll do some vocal warm-ups just to see where I'm at. Sometimes I literally just get changed and walk on stage, and it just happens. I don't know. It depends on where I am in the tour. Like right now, we're at the very end of a tour. It's the last show, and we've been on 3 tours in a row, so it's pretty dialed in at this point. Like my lungs are in really good shape, voice is feeling good. Days like that, I don't know, kind of walk out and then immediately get the adrenaline from the crowd, and it just goes. Yeah, and to me, it's almost like kind of like the workout for the day. Like I always want to try and push it a little bit further each day, so I'm not like slowing down over the course of a tour. I want to like get stronger over the course of a tour. So yeah, that's just kind of how I treat the show. Is like always just give it a little bit more the next day, and then by the end you'll be like really tuned up, you know? Yeah. I mean, you just got to learn how to pace it and learn how to sing in a way that won't blow your voice out. As for me, when I first started, I would blow my voice out constantly. And it's a lot of repetition. It's just repetition and getting up there and learning how to control your voice while there's so much adrenaline in your body from the show. And yeah, I mean, we've been playing about an hour and 15, hour 20 on this, pretty straight through. Like we don't really take many breaks. And yeah, that's just, I mean, it's just repetition over and over and over. And then when I'm home before a tour, I'll, put my headphones in and go down to my basement and just sing song after song after song and just try and like get it built back up. Yeah.
So you get used to it.
Yeah. Some people can just not ever lose their voice, but like for me, it's just taken a lot of time to be able to learn how to keep my voice throughout a tour. Mm-hmm. For me, yeah, if I'm feeling too overwhelmed with music, I go and play golf. That's like my favorite thing in the world. It's something I grew up with. And I mean, it sounds pretty funny that I play golf, but to me, it's just the most polar opposite possible thing from music. Like you can't think about any work. You can't think about anything when you're on a golf course. It's just you and nature and just hitting a shot. And that's like the most beautiful thing in the world to me. And it really helps me like unwind. And I guess for young producers, just take whatever jobs you can get. Like the way I started is I, put together this little like demo rig, and I would just record like buddies' bands. Be like, I'll do it for free, and then get a few songs, and then it goes up on the internet, and another local band hears it, and I'm like, okay, like maybe $50 a song, and then $100 a song, and so forth. And then, once you have enough material out, hopefully you can do something for a small label. Then from there, it only grows. And that was the way I did it, at least, and how I got into producing. But I don't know, there's so many different ways now of doing it with the internet, and there's just so many different genres and styles. Like our drum tech, he produces like hip hop. He does like really good rap beats, and he's been, like selling those online. And there's just so many different avenues now. But I think the main thing is just repetition again, and just like keep working, keep learning how to get better, keep doing research. And if you get comfortable, that's when it's kind of like over. You have to constantly be trying to improve and get better at your craft. No, it was just self-taught. I mean, thankfully started working around like audio stuff at a very young age. I mean, I started touring full time when I was 15, and recorded our first like real album when I was 15. And just being around that, and just I constantly wanted to be in the room, just watching how it worked, asking questions. And yeah, you just learn, and that's the way I did it. Obviously, school is a really good option, but for me, it was just a lot of research, a lot of YouTube, a lot of being in different studios, and being in live settings and knowing how sound works, and then like once you learn the basics, it kind of starts to all make sense. Steely Sturgis, yeah, absolutely.
He was the master. Is the master.
Yeah, exactly. He completely changed like metalcore. He invented the metalcore sound, really. And being able to work with him, I mean, I credit so much of what I know to that guy. Like when I was really young, I hit him up and was like, "Hey, I want to like make demos. What's like something basic?" He was like, "Just get Cubase. It's the software I use. I think you'll like it." And I just became addicted and kept just doing research and learning and trying to get better. And then, he's a beast. True monster. Love you, Joey. You're the man. I mean, I just write lyrics usually about whatever I'm going through at the moment. That's like for BEARTOOTH stuff at least. It's a very emotional thing. It's very like personal and internal, and I just try and really be as honest as I can. And I don't know, I use a lot of metaphors if I don't feel like being very honest. Like I want to like talk about something that's really personal to me that I don't really want people to know about. I'll like kind of use metaphors to like work around that, and that makes me feel a bit more comfortable. But I don't know. I mean, it's just something that kind of happens, and sometimes a song lyrically can take a few days. Sometimes it happens in 30 minutes. It just depends on, I guess, what I'm feeling and if I'm in the zone. And yeah, but I really don't know. I appreciate that you think I have beautiful lyrics. It's very kind. But yeah, I just try and again, just try and do my best. That's really all I can do.